Last weekend it was beautiful, sunny, so I went hiking in a place called Hosokyo up in Kyoto. And you go along a river and there's all these red leaves and everything this time of year and riverboats coming down. It's just beautiful. And I made a new cookie to take with us on the hike. And it absolutely worked out fantastic. These are soft ginger chocolate chunk cookies. Absolutely fantastic. We had a great time. They all got devoured on the hike. So let's let me bite into it. It's like gingerbread, and then you hit a piece of chocolate in there. But it's a very soft gingerbread. It's not really gingerbread. It's hard to describe. You got to try some. It's so fantastic. These are really good. So let's go in the kitchen and make some of these right now. Now here is what we use in these soft ginger chocolate chunk cookies. First of all, there's 2.5 cups of flour, 1 cup of sugar, which is my favorite cane sugar, kind of unrefined cane sugar that I use in everything, 1 egg, 1/4 cup of molasses, which is just about overflowing there, 1 whole tablespoon of ground ginger. Over here I've got 1 teaspoon of garam masala. Now you can use cinnamon instead. I like to use the garam masala just for a little bit of extra punch, but if you want to just use cinnamon, it comes out about the same, so either's okay. 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of ground cloves, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, because of course we're mixing with molasses. We don't need baking powder, just baking soda will do. Over here I've got 6 ounces or 170 grams of dark chocolate broken up into pieces about 1/4 to 1/2 inch or 5 to 12 millimeters. Here I've got 3/4 of a cup of butter, and this is at room temperature, so it's basically really going to be easy to cream and beat up with our beater. And then here I've got some granular sugar. Now, this is just however much we end up using. Just have yourself a little bit on the side. This is just used for a topping when we're making the cookies. So let's start by, first of all, let's combine all the dry ingredients. So we've got our flour. We're going to put our ginger in there, our salt, our garam masala, the clove, and the baking soda. And all I want to do with that is just mix it up enough just to combine it. So I'm just kind of mix around here a little bit. Make sure we've got it distributed. Now it's looking good, and it's smelling a little gingery in here. Just going to put that off to one side. Bring a bigger bowl out here. Going to dump the butter into there, and then I'm going to cream that butter. This is pretty easy to cream because it's at room temperature, even though it's not a warm room. Our room is on the cooler side, but still, that's pretty creamable. Cream that a bit. I'm going to add that brown sugar. Just give that a bit of a creaming. Just enough to combine it a little bit. And then we're going to hit it with the mixer. Oh, that's good enough. So I'm going to scrape this off my wooden spoon. And let's hit it with the electric mixer. So get this in here. I want to mix this until it's smooth, and then we're going to add in the egg. All right. Hey, you see that's kind of nice and fluffy now. Creamy. So I'm going to add in the egg, and then just going to blend that some more. Now that egg's nicely combined in there, next thing we want to do is get the molasses in there. All right. Oh, very good. Now, one more time with the mixer. All right, so that's all combined in there nicely. Let's get some of this off of these beaters. It's a pretty easy recipe. All we're going to need now is a little bit of elbow grease. Oops. Because now we're going to mix the dry into the wet. And that does take a wee bit of arm power. Good time to recruit somebody else in the family. Now here I just use kind of a cutting motion to get the flour mixture worked into the wet mixture. Just keep going a bit like this and just keep adding more of the flour. Now you can see at this point it's just about come together. It's going to take a little bit of pushing around with the hands to bring this all together. It's kind of like gingerbread, where it takes a bit to bring it together into a ball. So now when you get to this point here, might as well start mixing in the chocolate. I get that in there, and now just keep mixing until this is nicely distributed. Now at this point, you see it will stick together. It looks like it's not going to, but it does. So what I do now, just kind of work in here a bit, make sure if there's any flour down at the bottom, I've got it mixed in. And that's looking pretty good. So now what I'm going to do is just grab a chunk out of here. I want to roll balls about 1 inch in size. Okay, big, nice big cookies. So just kind of roll them around a bit. Roll each one to make sure it's coming together. And then over on the side here, we've got parchment paper or cooking paper sit on a sheet. I'm going to put a cookie on here. I'm going to give the cookies lots of space because we're going to squish those down and they're going to spread out a little bit. So first, I'm just going to roll a bunch of these. All right, now I've got a couple of cookies rolled out here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to flatten those down. What I like to use is the bottom of my measuring cup. Works really nicely. I use the bottom of a glass. I'm going to tamp them down a little bit. And you see they're going to start sticking. So we're just going to go, about like that. That's about 5/8 of an inch or 15 millimeters or so. It's not exact because we're going to tamp them down more yet. But what I want to do now is just sprinkle a little bit of this granular sugar on here. For one thing, that's going to stop them from sticking to the cup, but also going to give them a nice little finish. And just tamp down. Now I want to tamp them down to about 1/2 inch or 12 millimeters. There we go. Those are going to go in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius. Going to bake in there for about 8 minutes, and then they're going to be ready. See you then. All right, there's a fantastic gingerbread smell in the air. It's absolutely delicious smelling. These things are just come out of the oven. They're going to be soft at first. Let them sit on here for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then you can move them to a cooling rack. You move them too early, you're just going to squish them. So, there you go. Soft ginger chocolate chunk cookies. They are delicious. We had them on a hike, loved them. Hope you enjoyed them too. Now, if you go to the link appearing on the screen and also clickable in this video's description, you can download and print out this recipe from the Dessert Recipes booklet on Kuma's Kitchen's Patreon page. Just click the featured tag called Recipes. Now, go print out the recipe and enjoy soft ginger chocolate chunk cookies and make cooking fun again with Kuma's Kitchen.